Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Jaime and I'm the proud owner of a social media marketing agency, transforming online brands into market leaders. What I want to talk about in this video is size, and more specifically, how big can social media marketing agency really get? How much money can you really make with social media marketing agency, and what are some of the limitations and heights that you can really take your social media marketing agency to? So I'm really excited for this because if you're already doing social media marketing agency, I really want you to know how far you can take it and also some of the ways that you can pivot depending on your ambitions with this business model. And if you're looking to get into the space, you really want to know what type of business model you're getting into and really how far you can take it and how much money you can expect from doing that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be hopping on the whiteboard, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So the way I'm going to be dissecting it is by taking a look at the scalability potential of some of the different ways you can go about doing social media marketing. Now, for those of you who don't know what scalability is basically the potential for growth for specific something. So the way we're going to look at it is we're going to draw a little timeline just like this. Hopefully you guys can see that. In this timeline, we're going to have a bunch of different forms and ways of approaching social media marketing agency. And so here we're going to have scalability. Hopefully I'm writing that, scalability. Obviously we're going to have here low scalability. I'm just going to put an S, and high scalability. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be plotting some of the ways you can go about doing social media marketing and offering social media marketing services, and how these specific forms of offering social media marketing services weigh in terms of scalability. So the first one is the freelancing model, okay? And in terms of scalability, it's not very scalable. So here we've got the freelancing model, freelance. Now, the reason why this has very low scalability potential is simply because when doing freelancing jobs or doing contractor jobs, you can't actually duplicate yourself. So really how much you get paid is correlated to the hours that you put in or to the specific accounts that you manage, right? But the very important word there is you. There's no more people helping you out. And so how much you earn depends on you and your input, right? And so that is why it's not very scalable. And really the limit that I've seen financially for this form of social media marketing services is around 10K, okay? It's kind of the glass ceiling that I see freelancers reach. Now, this is the absolute max, I would say. I have seen, obviously, there are freelancers who are making a ton more, right? But that is really the exception. Most freelancers hit that glass ceiling of 5, 6, 8K a month, simply because they can't duplicate themselves. And maybe they like that. Freelancing can be the way to go for a lot of people, but obviously most people don't even hit that 10K mark. It's really just the limit that you can take this freelancing, this business model to, okay? So that is the freelancing route. Now, the next route that you can take it is the done with you, okay? And what I mean by that is basically consulting. So for example, you're consulting a company, right? You're consulting a company, maybe you're doing 2 hours of consulting or 4 hours of consulting. Maybe you're going to their office, or maybe you're hopping on a Zoom call and you're doing consulting with them, okay? Now, consulting definitely pays better than freelancing, simply because consulting is more high impact. And so you can actually earn a lot per hour. Obviously, it's correlated to the value that you can offer. But with consulting, you could even make 1K, 2K per hour, right? So the done with you model, you can earn quite a bit, but it's not very scalable either, because it's dependent on you being physically there with this company or this person, right? And guiding them through whatever the scope of work is for that case, right? And so with consulting, I would say that the limit lies around 15 to 20K, right? Obviously, again, this is not the average. Obviously, the average is always way lower, but that is a good estimate of kind of the limit that you could see with done with you services. Now, I also know that there are consultants who make 50K a month, right? But this is just, again, an average. So that is the done with you model. Then we've got the done for you model. And this is what I love, which is the agency model, okay? Now, there's really 2 routes that you can take with the agency. But the main thing that I want you guys to understand right now is that the reason why the agency has more scalability potential is because it's not just dependent on you. In fact, and I've spoken about this plenty on my channel, in fact, we've got a team member who does the service delivery. And as you keep on growing, you might hire a copywriter, right? You might hire a video editor or a content creator. For example, those are key players in my team at this point, right? And so the reason why it's much more scalable is simply because you have a team of A players who can get the job done, right? And so getting results from my clients is not really dependent on how many hours I put in. Yes, I want to steer the boat in the right direction And yes, I'm responsible for the strategy, for example, for my clients. And I'm very, very hands-on because I love what I do, right? But it's not just solely dependent on the hours that I put in. My input does not always correlate to the output because I have a full team of very smart people that help me out with the service delivery, right? And so that is the done for you service, and that is the agency model. And that is why it's much more scalable, right? And you can grow it much bigger because you have team members that help you out with it, right? Now, that is the first thing that I want you guys to consider, and that is on the scalability potential. On the financial side of things, there's really two ways that you can take it, okay? And the path that you take actually depends on your lifestyle choices and the type of business you're looking to build, okay? So if you are looking for a lifestyle business and you really just want to travel the world and not really work much, okay, then you might go for the first option. And the first option is the option of high profit margins, so high profit margins, okay? This option has around a 75 to around 85% profit margin, okay? Obviously you can get higher, but that is the first path that you can take. And the way you accomplish this is by having few clients, right? Few team members, and obviously high profit margins, right? So not many expenses. And you can take this type of agency to around 50K per month with no problem. Simply just you and another team member. You might need to get a VA or an assistant, something like that, but you could definitely take this to 50K a month. Okay, that is really the first path that you can take, and this would be kind of the, I'm just gonna put a, I don't know, like a cocktail here. That's a really bad cocktail, but I think you guys get the point. Okay, this is the lifestyle agency route. Okay, the next route is the lower profit margins but empire type of agency. Okay, EA, empire agency. And so what this agency is known for is, number one, it's got way more clients. So you're serving way more clients. I'm just gonna hop on here. So way more clients, much more impact. So more impact, recognition, okay, recognition. And then the final thing that I will say is obviously more team members, right? And you might even have a little office or whatever you want to have, okay? And so this business model right here will have way lower profit margins. I'm talking around 20 to 35%, okay, profit margin. But this type of agency is completely different to this type of agency, right? I'm not saying one is better than the other. It's just what you want out of life. For example, for me, simply because I love traveling, I love having a good lifestyle, but for me personally, I'm more fulfilled by building businesses, right? And so this type of agency is actually the one that attracts me more than this one. And that is why my agency right now, I could just keep my clients and I would still have a really good income, really good profit margin, right? But I'm looking to build something big because I love building brands online and helping them become market leaders. And that is why we're bringing in more clients, we're bringing in more team members, right? And we want to have more impact, more recognition. And we really want to build a huge empire for our agency, right? So that's really just my personal choice. I don't want to influence any of you. I think most people actually go for this one simply because if you're starting a social media marketing agency, you need to understand that it's a lifestyle business. It's a business that generates a lot of cash, a lot of profit, and it's great for this type of model, right? I would say that only like maybe, I don't know, 1% actually opt for this type of agency. And it's funny because when I started, I was attracted to this type of agency. And then as I fell in love with the game, I was attracted to this type of agency. But from speaking to thousands of agency owners, I would say that only 1% actually want to build this type of agency. So it's completely fine if you want to go down this route, but these are really the two routes that you should keep in mind. Now, the final type of business model in the social media marketing sphere is a info product. Okay, so this is just a course, a video program, whatever it is, right? Now, what I mean by this is if your agency offers messenger chatbots as a service, right? What you can go ahead and do after you've done the done for you or done with you, you can go ahead and create an info product, right? Teaching e-commerce brands how to create high converting, very profitable messenger chatbots. And you can package that as an info product and sell it through paid ads, sell it with organic traffic, sell it using sales reps, whatever you want to do, right? But you would package it as an info product. And so the delivery, the fulfillment of this info product is very easy to do, right? Because you're not having to be there to deliver the service. You might have to offer customer support, right? Or customer service, but you don't have to physically be there doing it for them or with them. Make sense? So this is a much more scalable business model. And for this type of business model, you could take this to the 7 figures, right? You can take this to 7 figures, even $1 million+ a year, simply because that is much more scalable. And it's also got pretty high profit margins. we could talk about 60 to even 80% profit margins depending on the scale that you reach. I would say this is kind of like phase one. When you reach more scale, then obviously it eats at the profit margin. So that is the info product side of things. I just realized that I didn't put the financial side of things for this type of agency. I would say that you can get this type of agency to around 100K to even $1 million a year. Okay? Obviously the profit margins would be much more slim. Makes sense? But the scale is actually much bigger. So guys, that wraps it up for this video. Just to recap, we've got the freelancing route. You can take this to a limit of around 10K, I would say. That's really the point where people can't duplicate themselves and they're spending way too many hours for their clients and they're not really having a great life. Okay, so that is the freelancing route. Then we've got the done with you. So consulting, you offer consulting to clients. They might pay you per hour and you can make a lot per hour, but it's still you delivering the service. Then we've got the done for you way, which is the agency model, right? So you've got a team and you've got people delivering the service and doing a bunch of other tasks for you. So your input as an agency owner is not directly correlated to the output. The output can be 10x because you've got other team members in the team who are very, very smart, okay? Now within the agency model, we have the high profit margin way or the low profit margin way. And this choice depends on what you want out of life. That's obviously up to you. And the final thing, we've got the info product method, right? Where you take the service that you're offering clients and you can package it as an info product. By the way, I only recommend this once you've actually gone through these different stages, right? So never just go straight to the info product, because the way you get a really good info product is you make sure that you have market resonance and it's something that actually people really want. And you've also validated its use through the done for you. Make sense? And with an info product, you can get to that 7 figures, but very, very important that you take this away. I don't want you thinking that you can just go straight into the info product. You need to make sure that you validate it with the market, or simply you're just gonna put an info product that's just completely gonna flop. No one actually wants it. Probably gonna struggle to even make 4 figures, okay? So guys, that is that for today's video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and drop a big thumbs up. YouTube just loves some of that thing turns blue, so I really appreciate it. Also drop down below any comments, any questions you may have on this video, and I'll be sure to check those out. And the final thing is, if you haven't checked out the free masterclass on how to sign and keep 4-figure retainer clients for your social media marketing agency that I put together, there's nothing for sale, and the insane feedback I've been getting on it. People literally implementing the strategies, the templates, the scripts that I give you on that training and applying them to get clients themselves. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and check out the link in the description. And as always guys, hope everything's going well in your agency journey, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.